mic check, mic check. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit. Let me pull that down a little bit so we don't overmodulate there too much. And then I wish we had somebody on Vatsim, so I may have to check that later. So that might work out pretty good. So I assume if you can, if you're watching this on the sound road, you can hear this. So it'd be interesting to see if I could get in on here. That would be awesome. Let's see if I can do that though. I don't know. Let's see. Can I go to a different account here? Manage accounts on this device? How about that one? Manage that account? No, I don't need to manage. I just want to go to it. That would be the thing to be able to do. If I can go to, let's close this. I want to get to a new Let's see. Google services, switch accounts. Don't really see where you can do that. That's interesting. I don't know how to switch accounts on the browser. Interesting. Okay, so let's see if it's possible that I can at least get it up on this other screen here. If I could get it up on another screen, then that way I could see. All right, maybe I can work this out. Let's see. All right, so live. No, that's not it. Okay, let's go to, we're going to have to get into our studio. We'll go to studio. And we'll look at content. And live. It's kind of tricky. Okay, so trying to watch it. It's not really cooperating with me. Let's see if I can do this some kind of way. There we go. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is get where I can see I want to see the panel, chat panel. Okay, that's not where there's 4 watching. How can there be 4 people watching? This is unpublished. Okay, well, join the chat. I don't know why I can't do that. I'm in my account here. Okay, chat, here we go. Alright, if anybody can hear me, if you can hear me, please let me know. Alright, let me call Tim. Hey, did you get that link to the stream? Because okay, good. Okay, great. All right. Awesome, awesome. Well, that's what I was concerned about. Alejandro was getting me. I mean, I was way off on the settings, so that's good. Okay, so you turned your mic down, or your audio down a little bit, so it's not reverberating in my ears. So good. Well, that's what I wanted to do, is to see if all of the sounds that you would expect to hear are coming through. No. I'm talking to you on my phone, that's why. Yeah. No, I called you on my phone, so I didn't want to do anything like that. Let me close this out. Well, I'm going to try. This is my flight I tried to make the other morning to Salt Lake City that I crashed and burned again. So I figured now that I think I got this right, I'm just going to go ahead and stream it and see how it goes. But since you can hear me talking, that's a good thing. Then I can kind of critique the rest of the sounds as we go. But I will keep, are you in the middle of doing something at the moment? Because I'm going to go ahead and get, okay. Okay. Well, hello, Tim. It's good to see you. Glad you're joining us today. All right. Well, let me, okay. Well, I'm going to go through this. What's the what? I'm sorry? Well, no. It's a great thought. It's an excellent thought, because the next step of what I want to do, if this actually works, is one of the things that I was looking at with regards to the voice meter was being able to come back the other way. So let's say if I want to run Discord on my streaming PC and be able to have it up so that people could listen, I could talk to you on Discord and it would come through my headset, and then I would have the ability to mute it so it doesn't come through the stream like what I was wanting to do when you and I were flying the other day. That's what I want to be able to do. So I have the option of engaging, bringing you into the conversation for the viewers via Discord chat, or not. And if I can do that maybe through the audio channel some kind of way, like through the PA, punch you in on the PA, and then all of a sudden they can hear your voice in from Discord. So I think it's doable. I just needed to get past this one hurdle first before I could, go to the next level. Yeah, so if this works, this is a huge hurdle surmounted. All right. Well, okay. Well, let me get going on this flight. See if I can actually get airborne and get this all together. Because all I did was just kind of start it so we could hear some of the sounds. And Alessandro has been awesome, and it's probably getting close to 11 o'clock in Italy, and he's been helping me out. So the guys at FSC are doing it. So appreciate it. All right, I'll holler back at you once I get airborne. Okay. All right, bye-bye. All right, that was my good buddy Tim Johns. He's been a lifesaver. He's my IT guru. So, okay. All right, so what we're going to do, if all things go as planned and I don't end up deleting this again, is we're going to make this trip from San Diego to Salt Lake City. I figure that's a fairly decent run. We can get some time in the saddle here. Figure out what's with this. Let's put it down here. Here we go. Okay, get some time in the saddle. Let's see. You heard me. Are you watching Giovanni? If Giovanni is also with FSC and has been a godsend to me, getting me all set up with this, so he may be watching in Italy, from Italy. I'm gonna ask me if he's watching the stream. I would think he would be, since Alessandro probably sent it to him, but that's fine. If you are, I hope you did, Alessandro. Paste. Okay. So now I know he's got it. So you have the stream now, my friend. You can watch along with us. All right, so what I did earlier, just for you guys that are tuning in, is all I did was fire up the cockpit. I did flip the emergency lights on, but I haven't done anything other than set the navs in place, so I haven't gone through any checklists or anything. So we're gonna do the normal routine here. So first thing I usually do, I've got this set up. We get some pneumatics in here, so that way when I have the packs on auto, now you should hear a little bit of air coming through. So that's another audio piece I want to test. And good. Welcome aboard, Giovanni. Glad to have you on board with us today. Just going through the normal flow of how I do things. So up in the upper right-hand corner of the stream, you'll be able to see my iPad. So I've got that way up there, so that way you can see everything that I see. So that's ProSim's audio, or their ProSim's instructor station. So let's go. Let's gonna upload my flight plan here. I updated this earlier. I don't know how current it is. It's probably out of date out of time by a couple hours, but that's fine. There's no ATC on board. So there's today's route of flight up through Salt Lake City from San Diego. And then I'm going to go over here, and then I've got the Vatsim radar, which is really handy. The Vatsim radar helps me determine who's online for my route of flight. And it looks like we do have some people up in Salt Lake City, so that's good. We'll better switch over. And then this just gives you a little detail about Southwest 1052. It says VFR, but we know that's not right. It's only because as far as Vatsim is concerned, they don't have me in the system. I'm going to upload the flight plan here in a minute. So the way I do that is I go into here. This is my sim brief. We'll go ahead and update it, make it current. So all I'm going to do here is right here where it says departure past, the departure date is passed. So I'm going to do current time, no ETOPS, and then I'll regenerate this. So that's going to give us a current layout. And I don't think the flight plan changed, but we'll double check it. Let's see. So the zoom 4, the meatball, that's still good. Cadiz, yeah, let's see, 16, it's Quinn's coming in. Yeah, that looks like that's going to be okay. All right, so we'll deal with that in a second. So what I've got on the screen for you guys to see is I've got my captain's PFD and navigation display on the upper left. In the middle of the screen at the top is I've got the forward screen view. So I've got 385s inch screen. So that's the forward view. So that way you guys can see everything without the obstruction of the cockpit. And then I've got my iPad, and then down below that I've got just, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, which version of ProSim I'm running. The cockpit is from Flight Sim Center in Italy. My website is wheelsup.club, and today's flight is Southwest Airlines 1052, departing out of San Diego, Lindbergh Field in San Diego, arriving to Salt Lake City. So one other thing I need to do. So if you notice that, Giovanni, it's just the way it starts up. I usually have to kick the brakes off, redo them, and they'll kick in. And then I'll always check the flight trim as well to see if the trim tab is moving. If it's not, then I'll restart the TQNG software, and that usually squares that away. Yep, and that's working too. So I just monitor back behind your Okay, good. I just turned the audio off. I was monitoring Alessandro from Flight Sim Center was helping me with the audio setup. Wanted to get going today, and so I was listening on that monitor back there so I could hear what you guys are doing. I had to turn that off so we don't get an echo. All right. So we have our flight information, and then I'm going to go and I usually open. I've got a couple of windows up here. I'm going to close those. I'll view the PDF, which will open another fresh window for me to view the OFP, and then that's good. So we'll come back down to the actual sim brief, scroll down to pre-file on the network, and then select pre-file on Vatsim, and it'll open up my Vatsim account. Yep. Let's see if that's going to work. Should work. Yep, okay, there we go. Usually does that if I shut the iPad down. So today's flight, Southwest 1052, IFR, Boeing 738, San Diego, flight level 390, Salt Lake City, the Zoom 4, the meatball transition, Hackman, Lackmer, and MLF Quinn 5. Okay, so that looks good. And then we'll file it. And then now it's filed. So I should get that confirmation. There we go. So we can close that. And we'll leave those things open. So then the next thing I'll do here is I'm going to go to my takeoff briefing so that I can get my details for that. All right. So that's all the takeoff data that I'm going to need. Okay, so let's go through here. Originating flight for the day, dispatch sheet confirmed. Voltmeter, We are on ground power, and that's confirmed. The voltage is confirmed. Battery switch obviously is guarded because we are running. Alternate flaps are guarded. Fuel pumps are all off. Wipers are off. Hydraulics are off. Landing gear, we have landing gear down. 3 greens there, 3 greens on the overhead. Weather radar, we can do a test on that.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
Alright, we're going to do fire in op, fault in op. That's confirmed with 2 lights. And then fire test. Wheel well, 4 lights there, 5 lights, we're good. And the squibs, 1s are good, 2s are good, those don't make any noise. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the APU so we can get this thing moving. Position strobe steady, no other lights on, start the APU, and I have the aft #1 tank on for the APU. And we'll let that come up, and when that comes online, we're going to start the timer, because we need at least 3 minutes before we put that over. APU is set to off right now in the overhead. Alright, voltmeters, we'll let that go until it fires up. Bleed panels are set as shown. Left and right packs are in auto. Recirc fans are in auto. The engine bleeds are on. Electrical panel is checked. We have cabin utility and passenger seats on. IRS selectors are in nav, and we are set. Emergency light switches are armed and guarded. Air conditioning panel is set as required. CDU is present position, we've done that. Flap levers are up, good check. Parking brake is set, and exterior lights are as needed, which I just have it on steady. And we do have APU on now, so I'm going to start my chrono and give it 3 minutes before we switch over to APU bleed. Alright, pre-flight leading edge device is checked. Yep, that's good. Service phone is off. Reverse annunciator lights are off. ECCs are on and guarded. Confirmed. Crew oxygen is at 15. And that's good. Passenger oxygen is guarded and normal. Flight recorder test. That's good. And then we're going to do Mach warnings test. There's 1. There's 2. And then we're going to do stall warning test. 1. This is pretty cool. Aha. Okay, so Alejandro or Giovanni, if you're listening, so that's one of the things I'll have to check real quick. I'll go through and cycle and double check the FSCCL. It is working, but because we didn't get a response on that, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and restart it, because we should have gotten, and then I'll restart. And I'm going to double check also on, now I'm getting a disconnect on the FSC TQ driver NG. It shows connected, ProSim not connected. So again, I'm going to shut it down and restart it, the TQ. And then I should get, now it's showing connected. Now I lost my light, but that's to be expected. All right, so those have both been restarted. And I just saw movement in the, all right, so let's do that again. Doing a stall warning check. Interesting. Note to the boss. Stall, well, let's see. Hang on. That could be me. Just for giggles, I'm going to put the APU on, and we're going to go on the hydraulics. We're going to go A's off, B's on. That could be my error. Coming up on 3 minutes, so we're going to call that good. And let's try that again. Nope, no bueno on the no bueno on the controls. Yep, and they're not responding in the software either. Well, no, they are. They are responding, but why am I not getting? Why is the stall warning not working? Yeah, I got no stall warning. Okay, let's see something here. I'm just going to look at this configuration. Nothing's changed in the configuration under the CCL, the control force loading. All right, Salt Lake City Center is up, but we're far away from them, so Giovanni, you're welcome to text in the chat if you want to, because see that's interesting. It just moved. It's moving on its own. Let's see. Nothing. Yeah, this is not a comforting feeling that, let's see what we've got here. Is there a hydraulic? Nope, 0% hydraulic failure. If I turn these off, I will get 100% failure. Yeah. All right, got 100% failure on hydraulics, which is to be expected with all of them off. So B's back on, but no stall warning. Let's see something here. I don't think that's going to show me. Yep. Controls are showing. There's a lag, though, big time lag. Yeah, see, this is what this is kind of what I was experiencing the last time I tried to stream, but I wasn't connected. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay whenever I move the yokes to where they respond in the sim. Yeah, I'm going through the test right now, as you can probably see. Let me check something else real quick. Task manager. Yeah, performance-wise, I'm only using 47% of the CPU, and like 70%, 80% of the GPU. So all of this is CPU related, so that's not the issue. CPU's fine. Let me look at one other thing real quick. Device manager, make sure that we don't have any issues with COM ports. Nope, COM ports are all there. No exclamation points on any USB devices, so that's all good. Everything is looking good there. Got no issue. Let's close all of these out here. Yeah, I'm just running that chat in the background, but that's okay. Salt Lake City Center, 125,575. Yeah, that's a little unnerving. Let's see. The trim is showing up okay in the systems check. They have no effect on the yokes, which I would have thought, I would think they might, but maybe they don't. Alright, so those are set. Alright, rudder's centered. Well, let's carry on with the checklist for now. We may end up aborting the flight. Alright, so landing gear enunciators are 3 greens, that's a check. PSEU is extinguished and checked. Lights test. Yeah, Giovanni, if you are watching, I know I mentioned this once before, but yeah, there's no response in the backlighting on this pedestal, and that works okay. The flood works okay. Okay, lights check is good. Dim. Yeah, dim works on. The dim works on the pedestal radios. Well, the 2 ADFs. So the dim lights test on the panel only impacts the 2 ADF radios. The navs and the comms are unaffected by that dim. Interesting. Okay. New point. Let's see. Flight controls checked. Alright, so flight controls are guarded, spoilers are guarded, yaw damper on. Navigation panel, VHF normal, RS normal, FMC's normal. Displays auto and normal. Fuel crossfeed check, valve on. And dim checked. An electrical panel checked. We did that, so we're on APU, that's good, and we are on APU bleed. So I'm going to go into here and get rid of this pneumatics. We don't need the ground pneumatics. Equipment cooling is normal. That's here. Emergency lights are armed and guarded. Check. Passenger signs are auto. Window heat switch. So this is another one that I'm not sure what's going on here. So they're all off right now. The power test does absolutely nothing. Supposed to light up everything. All of the annunciator panels above are supposed to light up the on and the overheat when you do the power test, and nothing comes on. So then I go side, forward, side, on. All 3 on lights come up. Flip to overheat. The on lights go out and the overheat lights come on. I don't think that's correct either. And then I'll have to turn them all off to reset the overheat. That's normal. And then turn these back on. Now we have 4 greens. So probe heat, we do a probe heat test, and the temperature probe light goes out. I think they're all supposed to go out, but correct me if I'm wrong. And it is set to auto. Anti-icing are off, and the wing ice does light up. Engine 1, engine 2, check. And hydraulics again are set. A's off, B's on. And the voice recorder test. Testing 1, 2, and that's a check. And erase. Okay. And today's flight is flight level 390. That much we've got. So I'm going to set the overhead pressurization to 390, even though we more than likely are going to do a staggered climb. That's not, what am I talking about? Staggered climb. Anyway, so I'm going to check the pressure on here. I'll check the overhead pressurization panel. So we're in auto. Alternate light comes on. Manual light comes on. Return to auto. Auto fail light check. We can go open, close, confirm. Crew oxygen check. Check. That is so cool. All right, so air conditioning panel is set again. Like I said, pressurization panel is set, and recircs are in auto, packs are in auto, engines are on, and the APU bleed is on. We're going to do an overheat test. Check, confirmed. Wing overheat. And exterior lights are good and as required. We are on both because it's on the right. That's going to be the first start for the day. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up our completing our departure here. All right, so we are on departure, San Diego. Since we did update that, I'll go ahead and pull that back in, just in case something's changed. It's possible. All right, we're taking off on 27, and it's going to be the Zoo 4 with the meatball transition, and that's runway 27. So, Tim, did I do that correctly? And we'll execute. Then we're going to go departure arrival is going to be 16 right, and that's going to be the Quins 5 with the Mike Lima Foxtrot transition. Quins 5. With the MLF, that's good. And that's going to be ILS 16 right, so we'll call that. And we'll execute. Then we're going to go legs and go all the way down to the bottom, because my good buddy told me that's the way to do it. So we're going to start at page 7 and go back. The first brake is at Beehive. Remove the disco, leave the vector, because that's standard operating procedure. And this is the same thing I noticed the other day, Tim. Meatball. Then you've got this blank above meatball. And then there's meatball again. So what I did, I think worked fine, was I'm going to just bring up meatball. I'm going to go back and I'm going to drop it right on top of meatball. And that just clears all of it and gets the duplication out. And then we'll go over to plan view. And we'll go up to, yeah, there we go. There's 40. That's a good step. And we'll go through this. So that looks good. Stepping through all the waypoints. I'm looking for any discos, any strange anomalies. So we're coming up from the south. That's a normal disco right there, because if I can get wide enough to see it, probably not. All right, so stepping through this. See if I can get out a little bit further. Okay, so we're going to be coming up, basically we're going to make a left traffic pattern. So we're going to be coming up alongside the airport, will be on our left. We're going to be looking for right traffic, which seems kind of counterintuitive. You'd think you'd be landing on 16 left. Let's see. Well, maybe we are. You can just barely see the, yes we are, okay. No. So I am correct. We're going to make a left traffic. We'll come up to Banker or whatever that is, and then they'll give us a break to the left to turn onto 16 right. So without knowing what the airport looks like, let's just take a quick look. All right, yeah, see, I would think personally that coming up on the right with a left-hand traffic pattern, they'd bring us in on 16 left. 16 left. That's interesting. You guys seeing that on my plan as well? We are looking at Salt Lake, aren't we? Let's see, taxi, yep, airport. Let's look at something here. Low vis taxi routes. Let's see if that doesn't show me. Yeah, all right, so actually you could do 17, although 17's a little shorter, and then 16 left. But to bring me up left traffic coming you know, coming up this side and then break left base and then coming down across. I don't know why they wouldn't use 1-6 right. Oh, excuse me, 1-6 left. But anyway, that's sort of some of the things that I look at, and I start, you know, just to me that's a red flag. But ATC knows what they're doing. So, well, they say ours is not to question why, but it is. Okay. All right. So I'm good with all of that. Everything checks out there. So we're going to get off of the plan, go back to map. Bring this back up. Yep. Normally wouldn't have to do that. Adjust the light brightness that it automatically comes up, but for some reason it didn't. Yeah, there's a big delay in the response of the controls, so that has me a little concerned that this flight is not going to be successful. All right. So anyway, moving right along up routes. So we're going to go to init ref. We're going to request the loadout. And we're going to load. All right. So yeah, step climb is what I was thinking earlier. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a brain fade. All right. So unless something's changing, 3008 is the altimeter. I'm going to set that here. All right, 3008 is set. And I need to check on what is our, go back to the ProSim instructor station and look at the fuel loadout. You'll see here that we have 21.8. I just wanted to get that back up, make sure that you guys can see it. So 21.8 on the loadout. Center of gravity, sorry. We're going to go here. We're going to go to, let's double check the load real quick. So looking at this, we use 0 fuel weight estimated at 114.6. And that's 119.7. That's interesting. What is it pulling in? Gross weight 134, 136, or 129 it's estimating. Oh, interesting. Any ideas on that, Tim, if you're still watching? Okay, so fuel block is 14.8, 14.5. We've been sitting here a little while on the APU. That's not that much. Cost index is 30, so that matches. Reserves here, we're looking at it. So if we take the finished reserves, so they're showing 4.3 tons for reserves, and you're showing 3.2, so that's another offset. Interesting. All right, so let's go to, we'll go here to limit, and the select temperature. I said deviation is -1. All right, so looking, no. Going back to SimBrief rather, 260 it's 6. The select temperature is 52, so 52/17. Like I said, I'm not real confident we're going to get off the ground here with this issue that we're having. All right, flaps 5. And the center of gravity I said was 21.8, I believe. 21.8, correct. So 21.8. Let me see what this is saying on the fuel. 14.6. I'm just trying to figure where the disco is with the discrepancy between what SimBrief is showing and what the aircraft brought in, because the aircraft's supposed to be bringing this in now. Unless it changed from, let me try something here. Let's request it once more. $139, $140, $148. Put 148 there. 141. I'll accept that. So the SimBrief is saying 138, 140, 147. I'd rather be a little on the cautious side. 138, we'll go over that. 140 and 147, and enter that and go 147. It's not that much. Up those. Okay. So I think we're pretty much set there. We got our QNH done. We also did our, when we were doing our lights check, we didn't stopped and didn't do FMC check. So sorry about that, guys, breaking the rules here. Okay, radios are set, so we're gonna go 122. No, San Diego is a normally controlled tower field, regularly controlled, I should say. So we're gonna take off and make our calls on 118.3. Tell me if you think it would be interesting to have the radio frequencies on the screen as well as some of the other data. I mean, I could make that box with the today's flight a little bit smaller and maybe put the radios in there possibly. I don't know if that's even doable. Okay, so we got our comm frequency there, and then the next one's going to be 122.8. I'm going to log off of Vatsim here quickly and log back in, because we should get a squawk code from them since we have now a disco, and connect again. I'm not hearing anything on ATC, which is interesting. I normally do. Kind of leads me to believe that I'm not going to hear anything, which could be bad. Squawk 2414. Man, I can hardly see that. I gotta make that bigger. 2414. Okay. And then the second channel is going to be 122.8, so we're good there. Alright, radios are set. EFIS panels, good. We've got that. So flight director on, flight director on. Of course, it's 275. We'll set that here. We'll set it here as well. 275. And we're not going to put those on yet. We won't put auto throttle on yet. Okay. Clock's good. Nose wheel steering is guarded. Main panels are normal. Lower DUs are normal. Checked in normal. We did the flight annunciator test. That was this here. That's good. Standby gauges checked. We got horizontal. We got correct altimeter, and the RMI flags correct. The PFD, we have VREF set. We got 45 speed showing up in the tape. First altitude is 10,000, which will jump up quicker than that. The first step climb is well, they're showing 38. Maybe there's no step climb in this. My bad. Okay, N1 is set. Like I said, I'm showing 138 for V1 on the speed tape. Speed refs good. Fuel flow reset. I love that toggle on that. So fuel flow is reset. Speed brake lever is down. Engine hydraulic pressures, we have good there, good check. Quantity 18 in the oil. Firster levers are down. Flaps are down. We're going to pull full forward and then full closed for takeoff config warning, which is checked. Parking brake hydraulic pressure is in the green at 3,000. Cargo fire detection. Fuel cutoff levers are in the cutoff position. Another deal that's supposed to confirm this on the stab trims, there are two stab trims. There's an autopilot and there's a main electrical. You're supposed to turn the main electrical off, and then when you work the trim, that trim wheel is not supposed to move. So that's another non-functioning apparatus that we need to check on that, Giovanni. And the trim is 5, so a good time to check trim. All right, 510, we're good there. We checked the squib bottles. We did the cargo fire. Transponder set to TARA. Rudder trims are centered. We did the aileron trim. Stabilizer override switch is in norm and guarded. Ground proximity warning.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Sink rate.
All right, the last thing I want to do on this, on the takeoff, is runway winds are 260 at 6. Yeah, that's fine. And there's no slope, and it's 275, so that's going to be 0/275 here. Conditions are dry, so we're set there, and we're good. So now we're just going to reset this again. And 138, 140, and 147 in V2. Alright, and that checks on the PFD. Alright, zero fuel weight checked. $119. Yeah, so it may just be the printout delay, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm good to go. Let's see if we're going to get anywhere on this. Oh, one other thing. Almost forgot. Now I'm really tempting fate. Launching my Southwest. Whoops. Yep, that's right. Oh, man. I can't see it. There we go, 1052. Do I wish to fly this? Yes. All right. Okay. One more chance of stall warning. Yeah, that's not good. Stall warning's not working. That's a bummer. All right. I may disengage it once more and restart it just for. All right, so let's do pushback. San Diego Lindbergh traffic, Southwest 1052, pushing back from gate 8 onto Bravo for a 27 departure, San Diego traffic.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And let me try that one more time. San Diego traffic, Southwest 1052 at Terminal 1, gate 8, pushing back to Bravo for 27 departure, San Diego traffic. Okay. Let's go back over here so we know where we are. There we are. So we popped up on the map so you guys can see
Departure
where
check
we are.
completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay. Yeah, fuel flow reset, auto brake set to RTO. And then check the engine instruments. The only thing I missed on that was the RTO. Before push, we're going to note start pushback time. And we're going to turn the bleed airs off as soon as they tell us they're ready.
Locking gear.
And there we are. I heard the air stop. So we'll turn packs off. I thought I noticed the last time they did that I felt the plane rise. Not noticing it now. There we go. So push back. I want the nose to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, parking brakes
Commencing
released.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Yeah, there went a little bit of a move. So, all right, so anti-collision lights on. Start number 2. And I hear it coming up. Where are you going?
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention for just a moment, we'd like to point out the safety features of our Boeing 737-800. A safety information card is in the seat back or literature pocket in front of
That
you.
was interesting.
To fasten your seatbelt, slide
Okay,
the flat
25.
end into the buckle.
Engine
Pull the
2.
loose strap to tighten. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt tight and low across your hips. And
We have all the
anytime
temperature
you
coming
are
up.
seated. There are
Fuel
8
flow is
emergency
good.
exits, 2 forward exit doors, 4
N1 is
overwing
coming
window
up,
exits,
N2 is coming
and 2
up.
exit doors in the back. Signs overhead and lights on the floor lead to exits. If an evacuation
Yeah, we're at a
is necessary, follow flight
5.10
attendant
trim,
commands and
which you
leave
can
everything.
see down
This
here. It
aircraft
shows
is
it's a little bit
equipped with
past
life
5, and
rafts.
the
Life
trim on
rafts
this
are
is
located in the
it's like at
forward
about
ceiling compartment, and
475,
two
so
life
that's
rafts are
not
located
exactly
in
right.
the
So
ceiling compartments
number
in
2 is
mid-cabin.
on. Number
In
2
the
is
event of a
on.
water
We can put the packs
evacuation,
back on
use
that
the
one. We
life
have
vest
these
under
on
your
already.
seat.
Engine
Remove the vest
hydraulics
only
already
if
on
told to
that
do
one.
so.
So let's go start
Pull the
number
red
1.
strap to open the container and remove the pouch.
And
Remove the
N1,
vest from the
N2
pouch
coming
as shown on
alive.
the safety information card. Place the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, buckle it in the front, and pull the
17,
tighten. Once outside, pull down on the red tab to inflate the vest. To
22,
manually inflate, blow into the
24,
tube at your shoulder.
25,
The vest has a
introduce
light
fuel,
that turns
fuel
on
to idle,
automatically in the water.
and there's fuel flow.
Please refer to the safety information card for use of a life vest on an infant. Flight attendants will distribute additional vests
And
as
we're going to
needed.
put all the
We are
fuel
coming
on.
by to check that your seatbelt is fastened, your seat back and tray table are in a full upright and locked position, and your carry-on items are completely under the seat in front of you or in an overhead
Auto
bin,
throttle armed.
leaving the area from your feet clear. Smoking is not allowed on board, including the lavatory. The use and charging of electronic cigarettes is prohibited. Federal law
Okay.
prohibits tampering
Number
with,
1
disabling,
is
or
on.
destroying any
So
smoke
the
detectors
gen
in
buses
an
are on.
aircraft lavatory.
Hydraulics.
It is also prohibited to consume
Electric and
alcohol that
engines
you
are
have brought
on.
with you on this flight.
Put the packs
Federal
back
aviation
on.
regulations require passenger
Please set parking
compliance with the
brakes.
lighted passenger
Set parking
information
brake.
sign posted
Waiting your
And we're going to turn the
Number of
APU
instructions, including information
bleed
on
off
seatbelts
and kill the
and smoking.
APU.
Is needed.
And they
4
want
oxygen
a
masks will
confirmation
drop
of a
from
good
a
engine
compartment
start, and we
overhead.
have that.
To activate the flow of oxygen, pull down on the mask until the plastic tubing is fully extended. Place the
Cockpit
mask
ground.
over your nose and
We have
mouth
a
and
good
breathe
engine start.
normally.
You can
Secure
disconnect.
the mask with the elastic
All right, I'm going to try this one more
Although
time
oxygen
because
will
this
be
is a little
flowing,
unnerving.
plastic
I'm
bags may not
feeling
inflate. Continue
a little
wearing the
uncertain
mask
about
until
this
otherwise notified
flight
by a
because-
crew member. If you are traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, put it on your mask first.
Yeah, see, the
remove any
TQ is
safe
showing
coverings
it's
before
disconnected
donning an
again from
oxygen
ProSim.
mask. We are here for your comfort and safety.
I don't
Please
know why that
report
keeps
any
doing
unwelcome
that.
behavior to a flight attendant. Thank you for your
Unlocking gear.
attention. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy your 2 hours flight to Salt Lake City. Welcome aboard.
Put taxi lights on. Logo lights we don't need. Leave the strobes on steady until we get onto the runway.
Negative traffic,
Tow truck disconnected.
44 on the
Bypass pin
RNAV.
removed.
Zulu for runway 7.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Well, I
traffic.
just heard ATC on Vatsim, so that's a good sign. But I'm going to need to crank it up because it's a little soft. Alright, so I don't know if there's any order that's better than another, Giovanni, on this startup of the TQNG and the Flight Simulator Center Control Loading software. Which one should start first? But I started the NG first. Shows it's connected now, so we'll see. See you there, buddy. Leave that set for now. He's waving at me. Bye, bye. All right, let's do one other thing, because if this fails, I want to better get off of my. I know it sounds like I'm expecting it to fail, but I've done like 6 or 8 live streams, and every one of them except the very first one has failed. And it's been a hardware related issue. The last ones I did the other night out of this particular field, the yokes were like twisted all over themselves and not showing up at all. So this is another thing that's got me a little concerned about it, is getting nothing on the flight directors. Alright, San Diego traffic, Southwest 1052, taxiing at Bravo for 27, Lindbergh Field. Yeah, I still need to work on his view. For whatever reason, I'm not getting it exactly. I think it's Alt Shift and no. You got to click on this thing. All right, so which one is it? Control Shift. Yeah, this one. Okay, so if you Alt Shift, you can like turn the view a little bit and notch it over, because it seems a little bit too far off for me. Okay. That's better. Now if I could save that, and I've tried to save it, but it won't save it. It's something about that position that's just... All right, so we're going to set flaps 5.
Runway 27, Lindbergh.
I don't see you. I'm going to try to turn the volume up a little bit more. See if that doesn't help. I sure don't see any traffic coming in for 27. There he is. Okay. Lindbergh traffic, Southwest 1052, holding short of 27 for arriving traffic on runway 27. We got you. Lindbergh Field. Give him a flash. Alright, so we're just going to hold here because we got arriving traffic coming in. I can see them just above the tree line there. So what I'm going to do, got everything on again. I'm going to try this stall warning one more time. There we go. Now we're getting it working. Excellent. Alright, Gen 1s, Gen 2. So did you guys catch that? So here's stall warning number 2. So they're definitely rumbling and they're shaking, so that's good. So again, Giovanni, I don't know, I hope you caught that. I hope you're watching.
Lindbergh traffic, United 644, 5 mile final, runway 27 Lindbergh.
You must be watching because you're typing about the same time. Whoop. Excellent. I'm going to leave this video up regardless of what happens here. And maybe you can point some of those things out to Carlo tomorrow. You know, just highlight the key points and show him, because obviously you don't want to watch a 2-hour flight to Salt Lake City, but we'll see. And Tim, I hope you're hanging in there with me, so this should be pretty good. So we got a 5-mile final arriving United. I see him coming in. I'm going to sit here until he comes in, so we're good. All right, so flight attendants, notify them. Before a takeoff, attendant notification, exterior lights, we will switch them. We're going to go continuous on the engines. Auto throttle is armed. LNAV, VNAV is armed. Transponder is set to TARA. We will release the parking brake when we get on the runway, to get on the runway shortly here. That's it. I know it's not a by the book checklist, but once I get this thing running smoothly and there's no more of this stopping to me having to restart these things, I think it's going to be much better. We can get into a natural flow. Alright, so we're going to put the legs on the first officers. We can turn this off now. Okay, so that's off. We have our N1 limits on takeoff performance on here. And there comes our United flight. Welcome to San Diego. San Diego traffic, Southwest 1052, positioning 27 for departure, Lindbergh Field. That looks like a Buc-ee's sign over there, but I know it's not. Yeah, this is an awesome cockpit, guys. It's really pretty fine.
Traffic, United 644, clear of 27 at Bravo 9er. Lindbergh.
San Diego traffic, Southwest 1052, departing runway 27, Lindbergh Field. Alright, 40%. Landing lights on, taxi lights off, 40%, toga. There we go. So we're going to push forward, looking for airspeed to come up here. And I can feel the rumbling of the plane on the runway already, and I'm fighting it, so I'm having to fight. There we go, airspeed alive, get to 80 knots. I mean, it's pushing on me because the elevator is coming up, so I'm fighting the resistance. Alright, so I think we're going to be okay. Flight director's looking good, which was not the case on the last time I made this flight, so we're looking good. V1, rotate. Woo, let's stay centered. Alright. Doing good there. Get back on center line. Positive rate. Wheels up. That's looking good. I try to stay a little bit below the magenta horizontal line, otherwise my airspeed's not gonna come up with me. And above 10's good. I think that's fine. Airspeed's coming around. This. San Diego traffic, Southwest 1052, climbing out of 1,800 direct jetty. San Diego traffic. All right,
Appreciate you letting us through. Have a nice flight.
Appreciate that, United. You have a good day, sir. All right, we're climbing, looking good. 199. I'm just pushing, I'm trimming out some of the resistance that I'm feeling on the yoke. So flaps up. All right, so we're looking good there. 3,000. So with the flaps coming up, we got to bring up some more elevator to keep up on the climb. And I think we're at 230 is the limit on this zoo departure. And we're going to go Command A, and we got VNAV, LNAV on board. Let's see if she's going to do okay here. We should be taking a left at jetty. There we go. So you can see the yokes tracking the autopilot, which is awesome. Not only do you feel the airplane in the yoke, especially on the ground, as soon as you get off the ground, I mean, it's like smooths out beautifully. So after takeoff checklist, auto brakes off, landing gear off. After takeoff checklist complete. Yeah, so that's looking much better. Alright, so we've got past that, so I like to go back on legs for me, and I'm going to put progress on this one so we can see we got 134 nautical miles to top a climb. And that's looking good. FYI, Giovanni, the attitude or the altitude, I know Carlo's working on that, trying to figure out what's the delay. We're showing climbing out of 8,800 on the PFD and 10,700 on the
Ladies and gentlemen, use of all portable electronic
alternate
devices
standby
is now permitted
gauges.
in airplane mode with cellular functions turned
Alright,
off.
we're coming up on
In a few
10,000.
moments, we will be coming through to take your drink orders. We will be serving complimentary soft drinks, juice, and coffee.
Oh.
Beer, wine, and liquor are available for purchase.
Go ahead and take this on up to 39. Let's get this on back. That was my bad.
You go to the Southwest beverage menu on the in-flight entertainment portal Southwest
And I'll redo this.
where these options are displayed. Please be
So it'll
mindful
kick
of
it
the
back
flight
in. There we
attendant
go.
serving you in
Just
the aisle
reset
and
the
remain
VNAV, and
seated
then
while
now
fasten
throttles
seatbelt
accelerate,
signs
and she
on.
starts climbing back
We
up
have
again.
lavatories
So,
in the front and back
and we
of
got
the
N1
aircraft.
speed,
The
looking
sign on the
good.
ceiling indicates whether the lavatory is occupied.
It says
Please do
unable
not
next
form a line at the
altitude.
floor
That's
lavatory.
because we got a
Your safety
restriction
will always
at
be our number one
23,000, but I
priority.
don't see
Please
why
don't
we're not going to
hesitate
make
to let us know if you
23,000
have other needs we
well,
can
in
take
3
care
miles.
of.
We'll see. Okay, so the zoo. And so if we zoom in, you can see here where we are. Let's get rid of, hide that. And we got a better view of that. Hope that helps. Well, Tim, if this works, which it seems to be doing so far, I'm optimistic that we'll get our first complete flight with some good sounds on Vatsim. And officially everyone is gone, so we're going to switch over to 122.8. San Diego traffic, Southwest 1052, crossing Zoo at flight level 14, 14,000, direct Arman. Last call for San Diego traffic. Alright, so this is where we are. We're showing it. We're direct Arman, which is, you can see that on my CDU, the magenta Arman. It's not Iron Man, and Ram. So there are no further flight restrictions, so that's good. You know, I'm thinking I had set up a, we'll be right back if I step away, on the OBS streaming software. But that's on the other PC. Yeah. Thanks for watching, Giovanni. I appreciate it. Yeah, get some rest, buddy. Thanks again for asking Alessandro to jump in there. And Alessandro, if you're still watching, I appreciate all your help, buddy. Couldn't have done it without you. And what I'm talking about for you guys watching is the way this is set up. Need to get off all of that. The way this the audio is set up on this cockpit is it all goes through a Bose power match amp, which is awesome. I mean, the sounds are incredible. However, because of the way it's set up, I wasn't familiar with, you know, how to route all the audio, and I'm having to stream on a separate PC because it's just flat too much. This is a 9800 X3D, so the PC itself is plenty powerful enough for the sim, but it is driving 3 4K screens set at 2K, but still that's a lot, plus the sim, plus ProSim audio. It's running all of that, and it just wasn't working when I tried to stream everything. We're going through 18,000, so we're going to reset altimeters. So anyway, I reached out to FSC, and Alessandro is just a guru with all this audio stuff. The Dante audio system, which is what I'm using, and so we set up Dante on a second PC on the other PC so that the audio can be ported straight across. So all the ProSim audio that's running the system is going straight across from the NUC PC in here that's driving all the audio to the other streaming PC, which is how you're able to hear all of the sounds. So we're out of there, so we can close that out. But Alessandro was so good to get online and help me get through all of this stuff. No, I'm not writing anything, Giovanni. Apparently I was recording. Maybe left some letters. No, I was, somehow it was on voice recording and it had a whole bunch of text. I was just deleting all that. That's why I was, you probably looked like I was typing, so no, we're good. You're good. Sleep well, my friend. Okay, so we're climbing out of flight level 230 for flight level 390, and I'm going to step away for a minute. I've got to go see the flight attendant about an issue in the back, so if you'll pardon me. Yes, I was adjusting the light. In order for anything to be seen outside of the cockpit, I've got to turn the lights way down in here, or turn the not turn down, but adjust the exposure on my camera. Otherwise, all the outside is washed out, and you have no concept of where we are. So I do need to get some backlighting, and I had a friend of mine come by that's really knowledgeable about a lot of that and is giving me some suggestions on what to do. So, should turn our landing lights off, and we can also turn the engine starters off. So, turn our passenger signs off. Yeah, so 10,000 feet, transition to climb. 18,000 foot descent. That's interesting. I guess cruise climb. I see where he's got that. Okay. Yep. Yeah, missed that on the checklist. It'll get better. All right. One thing I would like to be able to do, and that is to mute let's see, what do we have going on here? San Diego is 134.8, so now we get somebody in there 134.8.
Line for field A tip information Juliet 2151 Zulu. Wind 240 at 6. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 2,800. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 17. 2.10. Altimeter 3002. Localizer. Area navigation and visual approaches in use. Landing and departing runway 27. Notices to air missions APEX system in use.
Yeah. Oh. One 128.05. 128.05. So the SoCal approach, Southwest 1052.
South 1052, SoCal, guys. South 1052, SoCal approach, go ahead.
Yeah, SoCal approach, sorry about that. I just saw you come in and I was just transitioning your airspace. I'll be with you just for a little bit longer if that's all right with you.
South 1052, actually frequency change approved. Have a good one.
All right, brother, but thanks. Appreciate the help, Southwest 1052.
SoCal approach, good afternoon. We do Southwest 536 Sierra. Just passing flight level 190.
South 536 Sierra, SoCal approach, Limerick altimeter 3002. At Lindy, clear approach, runway 27.
Yeah, so we have no...
At Lindy, clear approach, runway 27. Southwest 536 Sierra.
Plane flight coming up, so...
SoCal approach,
right.
very good day, Korean Air.
So we're going to get back onto that, and... shoot. Well, you know what'd be interesting? Did you say that you're using the same Suprim profile that I am? That whatever that guy's name is. Oh, okay. Well, I would venture to say that Cockpit is probably a whole lot more accurate than yours. Well, it would be interesting. What I noticed was when I loaded my weights and stuff in the CDU, they didn't really match. They were showing higher weights than what I had in my sensor, which was odd because I just updated it. Yeah. Well, what'll be interesting is since I've got this route, I'm gonna try to check some of the legs on the fuel burn and just see how that's working out, and then use the same flight again later or tomorrow and override the numbers that get imported, performance numbers that get imported into the system with what's shown on the OSD and see if that doesn't change anything. Yeah. Right. What happened? What happened to the MacBook? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's the problem is if people don't know how to use a Mac, then it doesn't do them any good. Right. All right, so far the fuel burn's pretty good. Yeah, that's working. That should have 10.5 and I do. So we'll see what I get the next one. Should have 9.6 at the next waypoint. And it's showing I'm gonna have 9.4, so that might have something to do with the gross weight was off, and the zero fuel weight was off by a little bit. Yeah, fuel was off by a few hundred pounds. Not too bad. No. Yeah, I don't think it was. So, what was your suggestion when I was before I got Alessandro? I mean, I was so far off from having this set up correctly because there was stuff that he was telling me. I went into Dante control system and had to. It's pretty easy the way it works, but when you're not familiar with it, it's like, what is it? Well, and I'm not either, and my problem is when I don't, when I get stuck on something, I can't go forward. I can't just, okay, well, let's just forget about this right now and let's go do something else. I have to get this problem solved because in this particular situation, it meant the difference between me streaming or not streaming. And oh, nice. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, the biggest thing is not knowing if this thing is going to hold together. And there's a couple of, fortunately, Giovanni was watching up until a few minutes before I called him. So every time I experienced something, like I had to reset the control loading software, I had to reset it like 3 times. Start it, restart, and stop it, restart it, start it, stop it, restart it. And then the TQ I had to do it as well. For some reason it just disconnects itself from ProSync. Because when I went to do the stall warning test, it wasn't reacting, and I knew something was off right then. But it fixed itself, and it's like the TQ's okay right now. It's connected and it's working. Well, it's working, and I'm not. I only had that one flight that I left San Diego the other morning. I was up flying a lot. I was like 8 o'clock at night when I couldn't sleep. So I came down here and set everything up, and I said, let me just do some flights to Salt Lake City, and nobody online. And as soon as, and I think I would have noticed it if I would have looked at the flight director when I was on the runway, because there wasn't a crosshair. The lines were not lining up. There was no, like it's sitting there right now. And I noticed that the second flight. Anyway, what happened was as soon as I took off, I had to give almost like full left aileron just to keep it slightly turning. And if I let go of the aileron, it immediately pitched over to the right and started nosediving. No, it wasn't rudder training. Everything was fine. I think what happened, it was somehow the control loading software for the Yokes was not connected properly or not. I don't know. It wasn't. I tried to disconnect it with the emergency disconnect, and I paused, tried to pause it through the person, thinking, okay, well, let me reinitialize the Yokes and put them back, because they have to go through this calibration step when they cycle all the way through the system. It doesn't take that long. Anyway, so I did all of that, and I said, okay, well, let me see if I can start the flight back up again. And I took it off and paused, and now it's working out. So I just ended up diving in the situation like this and kicking it. So I had to go and delete that stream, because that wasn't going to go very well. And so I tried it again, and the same thing happened. And at that point, it was like 2 hours into it. Next day I came back after it started up fresh, and everything was smooth, and it all booted up, and everything worked fine. But you have to check it along the way, and I don't know if it has something to do with several iterations, and those that is that where it is? Is that where the EFB is? Is inside the CDU? Oh. Oh, okay. Right. So how does the EFB work? Do you know? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it should better do. It sounds like it's very similar to the instructor's operating. Well, I am. I just haven't had time again. What I've been doing right now, I've been so focused on trying to get all of this stuff working that, to go down the rabbit hole and look at a bunch of other stuff just to make it not even off it. So I prefer to stay away from that just because I don't want to, I need to focus on getting what I know I need to get done. I mean, I've been looking on the website since this thing came in. I mean, I'm saying I was going to update some stuff on the website. But until I can get it, one or two decent flights in, like I'm doing right now, then I can actually stream and not have to post later. I just don't want to go off and get on the tangent doing anything else. Yeah. Well, and it's good to have that confirmation too, because it can be very, unnerving when you're experiencing issues and you don't know is it you or systems or is it software. So in that respect, I'm really glad that that you and I are that we even know each other, that we can contemplate these issues together, because that does make a big difference. Yeah. Right. Well, so do I. You're not alone. It's oh, sure, yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's cool. Oh, okay. The other thing is, were you on Vatsim? Okay. Okay. No, Valanta. Is it Valanta? Valanta? Something like that. Well, if you have it and you figure out how to use it, I'd love to have a session with you, because I have it, and it's another one of those things where I've played around with it a little bit, and it doesn't work the way my mind works. Well, my caution would be is to check your performance with and without running it to see if you notice anything different. Well, one thing I can tell you now, without having all them streaming stuff running, my CPU utilization right now is 29, 30, 30. I mean, it's in the 30s. And my GPU is below 60. So I mean, so I'm not, and this thing's not even breathing hard. Yeah. 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 Well, yeah. Well, I'm using that, I'm using the MFS Auto FPS, and well, no, but what's nice about it right now, because I'm at flight level 390, the TLOD is at 400 and the OLOD is at 200, so it's completely maxed out, and I'm at 60 FPS. Yeah, so to me, this is a perfect win-win to be able to do. So I do have some overhead available if I needed to do something else or wanted to do something else, but I would rather get the graphics dialed in to where, because there's still some little bit of stuttering on the ground that I noticed. I know Mike Swanwick, he would, yeah, and well, and I noticed this morning when I was messing around with it that I tried to load DLSS swapper and it didn't load, it wouldn't start, and I thought, okay, there's something there, it hadn't run before. Now, there's something else going on, I don't know, but I'll try it again later. So I think there's an updated version, but you know, I had the latest DLSS 4 or whatever it is, DLL file that's supposed to make it so much better. I had that loaded, and then there's another update that came, so I need to get that dialed in. Oh, I find it make a huge amount of difference. And actually, I think both. But as far as performance goes, I let Auto FPS handle that because it does a great job of that. Well, I can tell you the link of the guy that you want to watch, and that's the Island Sim Pilot on YouTube. And I can send you a link to his website, but he's got a bunch of stuff, especially since you're only running one screen. You can eat up this stuff because he's doing all of this stuff on one screen. And so, well, that's okay. You'll. But your stuff will work great for him because he's doing everything he does is based on and his results are based on a system screen. I have to take everything he says with a grain of salt because I'm running a whole lot more screens than him. So if he says, well, if you do this, you're going to get a huge FPS bump. Well, I might get a little FPS bump, but what I do get that's better is general performance and the way the frame gen works, it's smoother. So, yeah, overall, it's still. Yeah, I think that he's, speaking as a listener, he's got a really good user how he goes through. There's got to be an engineer or something because he's you take that so far, I mean, the computer's working fine. You can't blame this, the control force loading software not following the autopilot on the computer. Because the software's either working or it's not. And it's working, I mean, it's running right now. There's no problem with the software. I can see it in the I don't know exactly how it's distributed. Yeah. Well, that's for the control force loading. And well, I don't know. They're not. There's no problem with them right now. In fact, I just went to device manager, and that's how you tell if everything's working. And device manager is showing no problems at all. All the COM ports are good. Well, there's no USB issues either. I have no exclamation points in any of my USB devices. Yes. You know, I'm using what the good cables that he provided with those, whatever you call them, interrupters or whatever. The power, it's a power thing, I'm sure what the term is. But I was just going through looking at all my. Well, there's that, and then there's also a voltage, there's like a voltage regulator device that's between it also. That exactly. And that hasn't been a problem. I mean, I was just looking to see if maybe it's power, you know, because I did get I thought I got an update, and, you know, sometimes Windows resets that power management and turns the USBs off, but it doesn't look like that's an issue either. I'm looking at them right now, so for all of them. Yeah, I'm doing that right now, and they all are. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and it works. It's easy to do with the mouse and it is a bloody people to do it. And so far, everyone I've checked, the power has not been boxes I checked, so that's not the issue, but I want to make sure before. Yep, that's all been done, and this problem has not exhibited itself in quite some time. Well, here's one. Okay, here's one that has the box checked. One of the hubs. So that could be part of it. You know, sitting there flying and maybe went to sleep. So I'm going to make sure. Here's another one. So that's two so far. I need to make a note on this sticky on my desk and say anytime there's an update, let's check it. Here's three. Alright, so that's three of them. Who's that? Who were you talking about? Oh, Pat. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I didn't catch what you said. Yeah, I'm trying to adopt his logic where he takes these black book sensors. He just puts, he puts like an index in it, and then he just says, this information's on this page, and he just starts numbering pages, and he writes, and when he runs out of stuff, he goes to the next page, and he just adds that. So you may have. Yeah, well, that's a smarter way to do it. I just, I was writing down a bunch of stuff, and when you're trying to run multiple computers from one computer, and then I realize that's easy to do. I'm getting better at it, but that's a new world for me. So I just wanted to at least get the information written down, so I have it written down. Let's see. Yep, you are. So I saw it working. Yeah, because I'm in some weather that's, I mean, I'm doing some rolling a little bit, and I'm waiting for the yokes to follow the rolling of the airplane, and they're not. And you can plainly see the artificial rising, and it's, you know, it's moving, yawing back and forth, and not yawing, but rolling back and forth, and the yokes should be following. They should be tracking, and it's not. Let's see. Try this. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna exit again. Just exit that, and we'll give it a minute or so to restart it. Yeah, the yoke is, I mean, the TQ is still connected, so that's good. I'm pretty confident that was probably what that was. Well, I wonder. Yeah, hey, where are we on this one? You still have my screen up? No, that's okay. I was just, no, you don't have to do it. I was just seeing if you still had it. I'll go ahead and launch it here. I'm just trying to find where the time was so I can let Carlo know. Go look at the video at about this point in time, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got it too. Go all the way to 5. I'll wave to you. There you go. Well, you're gonna have to move this slider if you're just getting in. Yeah. See, is your bar all the way over the plate bar? Hey, yeah, I'm just looking at mine and it shows, okay, I don't know what that is. I'm waiting, I don't think I'm on the right one. Yeah, this is not the right one. Yeah, that's not too bad. I put it on the least possible. I'm just trying to find live streams. Weird. It's like I can't find it myself. I gotta go to well, no. That's how I got it. But if I just go to YouTube, even in my in the correct channel, the one that I own, which is what I'm managing it won't show up. I've got to go into my studio, into the YouTube studio portion of the app, and then go to my content before I can actually see it. And then I go to live. Touchdown. Oh, it sucks, man. I mean, as long as you're not live streaming, it's fine. And if I could get the, you know, my iTab would be fine. I know that the pad would be fine. If you think of my touchpad as bad, try using your finger with an iPad. Oh yeah. Okay, so I got it back up. Alright, so yeah, it's kind of dark, but that's alright. But it doesn't show the time of where, you know, like, you see what, can you tell how long I've been in the air? Can you look at the screen? No, I'm talking about the live stream, not the progress page on the computer. No, you should just be able to hover. I mean, you're watching the live stream, so it should tell you automatically how long this has been up, you know, how long this has been live. Oh, okay, on an iPhone, maybe then. Well, I'm on a desktop and I don't see it, but it's also my screen, so it may be part of it. Alright, that's okay. But it's probably, like you said, I'm in 1735, so yeah. There's an app that you can, that Terry was talking about, that you can run. It's like a banner at the top of the screen, and it tells you how long you've been flying, what your altitude is, and he used it when he was on Boeing. That's gonna be the next thing I put on. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, I'm in there. I just don't have to use it. It says I'm 79 miles, 77 miles top Yeah, well, you get that in the Kansas City Center. So that's it. Up on my overhead here. Let's see. Descent. Forecast. The switch hits. Had you in my right ear, and now you're in my left ear, so I can hold my phone differently. Let's see, what am I looking for here? Oh, OFP. Alright, so only -1. Check out what the, let's see if I can get, nope. D-Link, return, ATIS, and the KSLC. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is pretty quick. I just heard the ding dong. Let's see. And that's not bad. Okay, ding dong. 3016. Yeah, this altimeter setting is not the best. There's lag in it. All right, well, look, I hear you rumbling around there, and I need to get focused on my descent here, so I'm going to let you go, and let's touch base tomorrow if you're around. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple errands to run, but otherwise I'm pretty free, and maybe we can do another flight and do another test of the systems or something. All right. Yeah, I would too. Okay. Sounds like a plan then. All right, well, have a good evening. Tell Tony I said hello. Hey, Tony. All right, well, you guys have a good one. All right. Cheers. Bye-bye. Will do. Bye-bye. All right. Good deal. So let's see. I hate holding this keyboard too. Man, that's just... Okay, so we got 3015, which is going to be QNH 1021. So the ISA deviation is going to be -1 / no.
From the flight deck, we have reached our cruising altitude of 39,000
You're a little late for the cruising altitude.
We are expecting a smooth ride, and will turn off the seatbelt sign when it is safe to do so.
316.
We will check back in during descent. Please sit back and enjoy the flight.
All right, so that's a -1, so we're going to go -1 / 1021 on the QNH. There we go. That's interesting. So that says it's supposed to be 06. So let's do let's do 05 / 1021. That's probably better. All right, we can fix that, and we're going to bring this down so I don't miss my top of drop here. And I'm looking at the Quins 5 RNAV arrival, see what we got going on here. Quins. And expect 15,000, so 11 is the... Got to hold solid at 11. Okay, 11,000 set. And it started, we still got 20 miles. Let's see, 42, winds at 290 at 10. 290 at 10, yeah, we'll still be landing. Let's see. Got another app here that I use from time to time. Let's see, go E6BX, we'll go KSLC, Salt Lake City, forecast light snow, 3016. So I think I'm going to stay where I am because 290 at 10. mean, that's going to be a little bit of a tailwind, but we got a long ass runway. All right, so a 10 knots crosswind is not too much, but let's see. So let's go to our descent. All right, so at 35, we've got 35, so that's 327. So we're going to go 350 here, 330, no, 200, 200, 200, and 100. All right, so at 350 with 327 at 99, 327/99. At 200 we're at 312 at 45, 312 at 45, and then at 10,000 we're 288 at 18, 288/18, and we'll put that in. It did move our top of drop forward a little bit, so that's understandable. All right, so let's look at arrivals. What if we go 3? Let's look at airports. Salt Lake City. Look at approaches. Let's look at this airport real quick. Let's see if we go 16 or 34 right. 34 right, and we get a Cat 3 on that one. Let's see if we can do 34 right. So we're on the. It looks like we can do ILS 34 right. FFU and plaques. How about FFU? Alright, so let's go to our legs. Let's go all the way down here. Make sure we didn't totally foul the soup here. We'll go to FFU here. And we'll go back. MLF. Now we're going to go Beaver. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, we've already passed MLF, so that wouldn't have made any sense to take that one. So let's go legs, check it real quick. Plan view. Yeah, so there's Beaver, that makes sense. Top of drop is about 10 miles. DTA, Uinta, Frenzy. Yeah, so that's almost a straight in. Hacker. Yeah, that's the Quinn FFU. Let me do that. Beaver. Hacker. Yep. That's good. Okay. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're starting our descent into Salt Lake City, and we should be there. We should be on the ground in about 30 minutes, so I just want to thank you for flying with Southwest today, and I hope you enjoyed the flight and enjoy the rest of your stay in Salt Lake City. Please join us again for the next travel time. Alright, so init ref, we're going to be flaps 30. That's set. And 3-4 right is 109.5. 109.5. And that's active. We're going to set it in this one as well. 1095. So we have it in both nav 1, nav 2. I'm going to put this on radio so we can check for the Morse code when we get closer. Salt Lake City traffic, Southwest 1052. We've begun our descent onto the Quinns 5 into Salt Lake City, descending out of flight level 350 for 11,000. Salt Lake City traffic. Yeah, so you can see the MLF there. We passed it.
From the flight deck, we have started our initial descent. We expect to be on the ground in about 20 minutes or so. Thank you for flying Southwest Airlines.
Oh, the wind farm, that's interesting. Yeah, so Tim, if you're watching still tomorrow, remind me if I haven't done it already to get that banner up there. Tim told me what it is. I mean, Terry told me what it is. I've got it written down somewhere in my notes. I need to find it again. I think I wrote it down in apps to install. Okay, so we're going to be looking for our descent down to past 18,000. So let's take a quick look and see what our airport altitude confirmed. I think it's 4250, 4222, 4227. So 4250 is set, and that's good. Yep. And we are showing a descent of about 100 feet per minute cabin change. So that's good. What about 6,700? Yes. So we're looking good. Just double checking. Auto brakes we're going to put on 2. Passenger signs are on. Instruments are set. We've got the ILS set. We're going to be a heading of 344. We'll do that on both. 344. It is a Cat 3. We might try a Cat 3 landing just to see. Tim was asking me if this thing would do a Cat 3. Altimeter set to local at 3016. Got 3015 just because it's hard to get that one. You end up chasing it if you try to get it past. So you got to go way past it and then come back to it slow because it's like it jumps every other. Can't do one. It just won't do one. So I end up being like one, but one dot off's not going to make that much difference. It's either 115 or 117. I can't get 116. It's the strangest thing. All right, I'm going to go and turn these lights off real quick, because it is glaring in my screen. Alright, so we won't pop in here until, is it Uinta? And we're on profile, so we're going to get down to 6100. That'll be our initial approach, or initial approach fix. Is there a Maltese cross? No. So technically Cat 3 ILS is 100. If I were going to guess, I would say it's, I don't know what would cause that to not be singular sensitive. Whenever you adjust the baro, or the baro for the minimums, the QNH and the baro for minimums, it just, you can't fine tune it. It just will not fine tune adjust. So why did this disable? It's probably not going to engage this close to it. There it will, okay. There it goes. Alright, so let's review the missed approach here. We're missed approach climb to 9,000 direct Tango Charlie Hotel VOR and outbound on the same on the 331 radial to the Oscar Gulf Delta VOR. It's the Ogden, Utah VOR. And hold. Okay. The Wasatch. TCH, so that's going to be straight down the pipe. 16.8, so we're going to just do this for grins. It's a VOR, so that's going to be 1168. We're going to put that in there, and now we're straight ahead to it. Hopefully, let's see if we got it live. I do that right? 116.8. Yep, 116.8. So we'll see if that comes up on the radar. Not a radar, excuse me, on the... We should get it here. We should get a flag. We'll go away once that connects. I am getting a very faint VOR, so alright, so the other thing we're going to do here, we're going to go to fix, and we're going to put, that's a good one to do actually, but we'll do K Salt Lake City. We're going to put that as the fix, and we're going to go on the 340 degree radial. That's 11 miles, and then we'll go 340/25. So if you want to know when you're going to arrive, there you go. 1810, yes, and I am getting the Morse code identifier coming in now. Yep, that's it. So the VOR flag is off, so that tells me that it is picking it up. And it would be on the 344 degree radial straight down the pipe. So if you want to see what radial we're on, you can move the, that's kind of a neat, I like that. So at frenzy, we would be on the 356 degree radial. I think that's one of the coolest features that I love. So let's see, that's 25, so let's go 340. Let's go, how about this? Let's go 344/50. And we're at frenzy. So here we go 344/25. So we're right on the money. At 18,000 barrows set, so 116. Coming back around. 344/110. Not on an intercept heading. That's okay. So 1808. Yeah, that's right. 1806. So 52 miles. And we're like right on 52 miles. Alright. Salt Lake City traffic, Southwest 1052, descending on the Quince 5 at frenzy. Out of 16,000 for the ILS 34 right, Salt Lake City. Alright, let's get back to the Queens 5. There we are, so you can see where we are in relationship. The VOR that we're tracking is at Wasatch at the top of the screen up there, just on the north of the airport. And you can see that coming in if we wanted to. Kind of close, but at Quinn's that's 116.6. So if we did 1166, boom, watch that one come alive. So we're almost what, at 15 degrees direct for that one. So that shows you where we are on that one. So there's that radio, that VOR, which is kind of cool. You can dial that one in too. So it shows you we're tracking inbound,
as we make our final
tracking
descent
inbound
Salt Lake City,
on the 194 degree radio. So that's pretty neat. If we were going to
electronic
hold, if
devices,
they wanted us to hold
all
on a
portable
163
electronic
degree
devices may
radial,
continue to be used in airplane mode but must be secured for the remainder of the flight. Please ensure all
let's
carry-on
turn off
items
some of
are
this data
completely
because
under
it's
the
getting a
seat
little
in front
crowded
of
in
you
there.
or in an overhead bin, leaving the area around your feet clear. Please raise your seat back and tray table to the full upright and locked position and fasten your seat belt. We will come by one
343.
last time to pick up cups,
So that would
cans,
be our holding
newspapers,
pattern
and
right
any
there.
other trash.
We'd be
Thank
holding
you.
on the 343 degree radial or the 161, 63 degree radial. weather. That's good. All right, 13,000. So let's get back on track here. We're going to put our ILS back in at 109. We can get rid of this because we've got that set. Turn that off. We're going to get back on 344, which is our inbound course. That's for both of those track. Bug up, the heading bug, coming down to 11,000, which we should hit just perfectly because you can see our RNP approach is looking good. All right, so prepare for descent. 10,000. Bleed panel is set to auto. Packs are on. Recircs are set to auto. Pressurization landing altitude set 4250. Passenger signs are on. Check. Auto brake set to 2. Instruments and radios are set. QNH is set to 3015. 3016, best I can get. 3016 on this one. What was that? Landing recall. Check. Landing data is set. VREFs is set for 139 and check. Minimums are set for 100. Exterior lights as we cross 10,000, the lights will be on. Engine switches on continuous. And we'll set flaps 3 for landing. And here comes the Uinta Basin. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Alright, so we're just about at Quinn's. So we'll switch over to the approach. And let's see if we can, yeah, we got that on, so that's good. We can shadow it. Yep, so there we come to FFU and in camp. Look at our legs page. Plage. Plage, yep, that's good. Alright, 10,000 almost. We're at 61 on the altimeter check. LNAV, VNAV, that's good. We're gonna go, I don't know if it's gonna make any difference to go into approach mode. Alright, lights on 10,000. We got to be above page at 11, so it's right at 11. Put our lights on since we're going through this shallow valley here. So the altimeter is at 11, and this altimeter is showing, the standby showing 12, 6, 8. The airspeed is good. We're indicating 200 knots. That's indicating 200 knots. The altimeter looks good. It's just the actual altitude reading that's wrong on this thing. It's interesting. And we've got a little airport coming up here. Put our data back. Let's zoom back in here. Station. Airports. What is that? There's an airport just below us. It's got to be U-42. Ooh, there we go. We're getting some ugliness coming in. Alright, so once we pass Plage, we can descend below 11,000 to 10, down to 9, and down to 61, where we'll intercept the localizer. I think I lost my yokes again. Yep. Alright, lost the yokes again. That's bizarre. So we lost the throttle too. It shows it's not connected to ProSim. Golly, what is the deal with this thing, man? there and connected. Wow. Really bizarre. Alright, so we're coming down. Now we got the connection again, but it doesn't feel like it's, we'll see if it's going to track, but lost it twice. Let's see if we can, so this is Alt, Shift. Where's my mouse? $7,000. Alright, so we got, it's like we're going to track inbound, so we're going to try a Cat 3. It says single, but we'll see. They both engage, so that's, at least in the PMDG, that indicates that they're capturing, but it should say, I think dual in the PFD. It says single right now, so we'll see. We do have we do have the speed set here, although we're not really slowing down. We're going to go ahead and put flaps 5 because we're only going 35 and we're close. Gear down. I'm going to dial this on back. Speed brake set. Alright, so final approach. Lieutenant's notified. Speed brake armed. Green to confirm. Landing gear 3 greens, 3 greens. Flap set for landing, flaps 30. $1,500, and we can reset this to 91, which is our best approach altitude, 9,000. All right, so we're still looking good. We got we're on glide slope. Now I'm showing just command. Yeah, so now we got a Cat 3. So you can see in the PFD, you got VOR loc, LNAV, and you got glide slope flare and green command. So that means we're in a Cat 3, so it's going to auto land. I thought it's supposed to come up with auto, but we'll see. If I remember how the PMDG was, but that doesn't mean that the PMDG is right.
1,000.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to come up with auto, so we'll see. Normally take it off autopilot at 500. Yeah, that did look good. That looks better. Yeah, the yokes are still connected. Boy, I'm glad I checked it. That would have been disastrous. 46.
400.
400.
300. 200.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's flaring. I don't know if that was necessarily hard or not, but you see how jerky it is? I mean, it shouldn't be that jerky. Definitely got some work to do on that aspect of it.
On behalf of this flight crew and Southwest Airlines, welcome to Salt Lake City. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened, seat back and tray table in their full upright and locked position, and all carry-on items completely under the seat in front of you. When
All right,
the
well,
captain
welcome
turns off the
to
fasten
Salt Lake
seatbelt
City,
sign,
everybody.
please be careful when opening the overhead bins. Items
Not
may have
100%
shifted
sure
during
where we're
flight
going
and
here.
will
Let's
fall
see.
out. You may now use
I
the
should have written
cellular
that
function
down.
of your small portable electronic devices, but please remain seated and leave your carry-on stowed. Please be advised the aircraft doors will be open during ground servicing. For your safety, please ensure that you and any children you are supervising remain clear of the front and back doors. If you are connecting here to another Southwest flight, please check the monitors in the terminal for your flight and gate number. We certainly have enjoyed sharing part of our day with you. We know you have a choice when you fly, and we thank you for choosing Southwest Airlines.
All right, B17 is where we're going. Salt Lake City traffic, Southwest 1052, exiting 16 right at Hotel 8 for Foxtrot to the terminal. Salt Lake City traffic. All right, so we're going to go, and we're going to put our lights back on to cross this runway. Let's see if we can find out where the terminals are. Parking B17. Okay, so it's all the way down that concourse. All right, so this is a correct one. Lights off, taxi's on. Let's go APU on. Continuous off. Taxi to the gate, exterior lights as needed. Put our wing lights and logo lights on since it's starting to get dark here. APU is started. Yaw damper switch is off. Window heat, we can take that off. Oh. All right, Carlo, this panel went out again. Right where the window heat is and the engine ice. I'll have to move this to get it to come back on. Yep, it's got to be a short somewhere in it. All right, there is absolutely no button here. All right, so we're gonna go. Don't see any gates over there, so we're going to go here. They must like Delta here. Probably not going to work anyway, but we'll try it. Yeah, this is D. We'll take D10. D10. I'm guessing these are not working, so we'll see. Alright, brakes set. And we have APU is on. We have APU power. We're good. And landing lights off. And we'll go A's off. Leave the B's on. And let's see. Get ground power and pneumatics. All right, guys. Well, that was a successful flight. First successful flight we've had. Had a few encounters we had to check along the way. I hope that's not going to be a norm. But I'm glad we were able to make a successful flight. So with that, we are disembarking. I don't know if that's a ship term or... Okay, let's see if we can get a jetway to operate here. Oh, we can, okay. Well, we can take a Delta, why not? Alright, we have ground power. Alright, we can kill the APU. We'll turn the APU off and turn the APU off here. We'll leave the engine bleeds on. We'll leave the packs on so we get some air in the cabin. And, oh, and high. Yeah, that's the other thing. He's not 100% lined up. That's okay. It's probably more my fault than any. And request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for flying with us today. This was quite a hurdle to get this first stream actually completed with sound. We'll have to go back and listen to it and see how it all works. And maybe with a little luck, we can lose the keyboard at some point and not have to use it. But overall, I mean, I'm very happy with the system. I think it's awesome. A few little, disconnects here and there that need to check with Carlo and see how we can resolve that so that doesn't happen. But I mean, the hardware is freaking awesome. It just needs to stay connected. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But anyway, thank you for flying with us today, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And you'll come back and fly with us again.